What if a high-ranking Nigerian minister secretly bought 3 luxury mansions in Florida using cash, hid them under his children's names, and now faces a U.S. visa ban, sanctions, and prosecution? That's exactly the explosive case built against Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike's Florida mansions case. What's at stake? Recently, a petition was filed accusing Nyesom Wike, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory FCT minister and former Rivers State governor, of unlawfully acquiring multi-million-dollar properties in Florida. The man behind the petition is activist Sowore, represented by lawyer Deji Adeyanju. The allegations include money laundering, asset concealment, violation of disclosure laws, and misuse of cash transactions. The demand? U.S. authorities should prosecute, seize the properties, impose visa bans, and enforce sanctions. Key allegations and details. 1. Properties involved. 3 luxury lakeside homes in Winter Springs, Seminole County, Florida. Homes purportedly bought between 2021 and 2023. 113 Spring Creek Lane, bought for $535,000, transferred to son Jordan, age 25. 209 Heatherwood Court, bought for $459,157, transferred to son Joaquin, 23. 208 Heatherwood Court, bought for $465,000, transferred to daughter Jasmine, 20. How they were bought and transferred. The properties were allegedly bought with cash. Transfers were done using quitclaim deeds, a form of deed often used for within-family transfers, but criticized here for lack of transparency. Then, the properties were put in the names of the children. Legal regulatory breaches alleged. Failure to declare these assets to Nigeria's Code of Conduct Bureau, as required under the Constitution's 5th Schedule. Violations of U.S. law, including Florida statutes on money laundering, Florida Money Laundering Act, Contraband Forfeiture Act, and U.S. federal laws, 18 U.S.C. sections 1956 and 1957. Demands in the petition: prosecution of Wike and anyone involved, forfeiture, seizure of the Florida properties, visa ban/sanctions against Wike. Reactions and context. The petition cites reports in People's Gazette and supporting documentation, deeds, as evidence. Politics Nigeria. There's a public debate. Some Nigerians believe these are legitimate concerns about corruption and accountability. Others say the petition may be political, possibly lacking evidence or using legal technicalities. Legit.ng, Nigerian News. The U.S. Embassy in Nigeria has also issued warnings. Fighting corruption knows no borders, and indicated that corrupt public officials may be denied U.S. visas. Implications and what could happen. 1. Legal consequences in the U.S. If U.S. authorities find sufficient evidence, the properties could be seized. Wike could be barred from entering the U.S. via visa ban. 2. Political consequences in Nigeria. Damage to reputation, especially for someone in a high office, possibly pressure from opposition and civil society for transparency, could lead to internal investigations depending on political will. 3. Broader message for public accountability. Affirms that acquisition of foreign assets by public officials is under increasing international scrutiny, might prompt more asset disclosure compliance among Nigerian public officers. 4. Risk of backlash. Wike's defenders might argue procedural flaws, lack of due process, or political motivations. There could also be counter-petitions or political attacks from both sides. Challenges and how it's likely to play out. Proving illicit origin of funds is hard, requires tracing money flows, invoices, bank records. Cash purchases complicate this. Legal jurisdiction and international cooperation matter. U.S. state laws versus federal laws, cooperation between U.S. and Nigerian legal bodies. Public opinion can sway. If evidence is solid, pressure builds. If weak, may be dismissed by some. What Nigerians should watch. Whether U.S. law enforcement responds formally to the petition, whether Wike makes a public clarification or response, whether there will be an internal audit or disclosure by the Nigerian Code of Conduct Bureau, and how political opponents, media, and civil society use this in discourse. Final thoughts. This case, whether it ultimately leads to legal action or not, is a major test of accountability and transparency, both for public officials and for institutions. Allegations of secret property purchases hidden under family members' names, using cash, and bypassing disclosure laws are serious. If verified, the consequences could reverberate across politics, international relations, and public trust. The big question is, will this remain another headline, or will the evidence lead to action? Because if no one is held to account, then trust in leadership takes another hit.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this update and want to stay informed with fast, reliable news, don't forget to subscribe to Newsflash 360. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Your next headline is just seconds away.